All right, I want to take just a minute to explain how I grade your test. If you'll notice at the assessment folder, it's right below the first folder, second folder, module rather, called assessment, and it's got a bunch of stuff in it that's very useful that you'll all look at eventually. But down here you see something called Paper 3 grading. All the test questions I give on my test are old Paper 3 questions. Paper 3 is one of the 3 tests you'll take at the end of your senior year. And this is the rubric. No secrets. Here's the rubric for how you grade a Paper 3 question. This is the rubric I will use going forward to grade your test. I always let you get one test under your belt before I go into all this because it can be a little bit overwhelming. So, by the way, I have experience as a Paper 3 examiner. So, and I think that I use that experience to some degree to help y'all hack Paper 3. So let's look at so it's out of 15 marks. Let's look at what the highest mark band, 13 to 15, is. Responses are clearly focused, showing a high degree of awareness of the demands and implications of the question. Answers are well structured, balanced, and effectively organized. So, understand the question, show that, and have a structured, organized response. Knowledge is detailed, accurate, and relevant. If events are placed in their historical context, and there's a clear understanding of historical concepts. Examples used are appropriate and relevant, and are used effectively to support the analysis/evaluation. Arguments are clear and coherent. There is evaluation of different perspectives, and this evaluation is integrated effectively into the answer. So you're not you may fall down on one side, but you're not ignoring the other side. You're sort of unpacking it and dismissing it and explaining why your side is correct. The answer contains well-contained critical analysis. All or nearly all of the main points are substantiated, and the response argues to a reasoned conclusion. Okay, that's 13 to 15 marks. That's good. 13 to 15 marks, 14 to 15 will give you a 7. A 7 translates to a 96 to 100%. Okay, now that's pretty high standard. Let's go down though to the 7 to 9 mark band. The response indicates an understanding of the demands of the question, but these demands are only partially addressed. There is an attempt to follow a structured approach. All right, that structure in the question. Knowledge is mostly accurate and relevant. Events are generally placed in their historical context. Examples used are appropriate. So mostly, generally, so structure, okay. Knowledge, okay. There is no mention of other perspectives, so you didn't do that at all. Response moves beyond description to include some analysis or critical commentary, but this is not sustained. So in other words, this is pretty milquetoast. This is pretty easy to get. And that's 7 to 9 marks. Well, 9 marks is a low 5. This is a 4 or 5. A 5 translates to a B. So it's pretty easy to get a B on my test and in my class. Let's look at a 3. The high range of this, there is little understanding of the demands of the question. The response is poorly structured, or where there is a recognizable essay structure, there is minimal focus on the task. Little knowledge is present. Where specific examples are referred to, they are factually incorrect, irrelevant, or vague. The response contains little or no critical analysis. It may consist mostly of generalizations and poorly substantiated assertions. This is bad, but you can still get 3 marks, and 3 marks, well, that will be a 2. That will be an F, but if you can just be a little bit above that, it's almost impossible to fail one of my tests. And that's IB in general. It's really hard to just totally bomb. People do it, but it's hard to get to the top range. It's not hard to get to the 5-6 range. It really isn't. So regarding the structure, when I give a test, let's see here. Yeah. I give questions, you pick one, and initially what I'm doing is I'm explaining what the command term means, like evaluate. Evaluate means what? To what extent? To what extent means this. Discuss. Discuss means this. And you can use that knowledge to design a quick little outline. Take 5 minutes and design an outline. I think that's time well spent. And as an examiner, I can tell you, that when I saw an outline on a paper, that gave me almost involuntarily gave me a positive bias toward that student. Um, let's see, where am I here? Yeah. So that is the way. So demand, structure, knowledge. Look at the other side and show some critical analysis. That is the best way to really stick a paper 3 question or a test question in my class.